All right, today we're taking a massive zoom out to look at a genuinely transformative shift happening in the world of artificial intelligence right now. We're talking about the Claude ecosystem from Anthropic. Now, if you've been following the AI space, you know Claude. You probably know it as a highly capable chat assistant. But what we are going to explore today in this explainer is how Anthropic has built out an entire ecosystem that scales way, way beyond a simple chat window. We're going to see how it grows from just individual, localized intelligence all the way up to massive enterprise-wide automation and highly specialized agentic development. We're taking the whole puzzle and showing you exactly how these pieces actually fit together.
Okay, let's dive right in. To keep things simple, we've structured this entire ecosystem into 4 logical pillars. Number 1, Claude AI for core intelligence. 2, Claude Cowork for team scaling. 3, Claude Code for agentic development. And finally, number 4, MCP, the universal connection.
So, starting us off with pillar number 1, Claude AI, the core intelligence.
Before we can talk about team tools or external systems, we really have to understand the base layer, right? The actual brains powering every single tool we're discussing today. And here's the thing, there isn't just one single Claude anymore. There is a precise model for your specific need. Right at the top, we've got Claude Fable 5. This is Anthropic's heavy lifter, designed for the absolute most demanding reasoning tasks. And actually, a quick side note, it shares capabilities with Mythos 5, which is a specialized limited release that comes without safety classifiers. Next down the line is Claude Opus 4.8. You're going to use this one for complex reasoning and serious agentic coding. Then there's Claude Sonnet 4.6, which brings frontier intelligence but is built specifically for massive enterprise scale. And finally, Claude Haiku 4.5. Think of Haiku as your highly caffeinated assistant. It prioritizes raw speed while still giving you that near-frontier intelligence. So the big takeaway here is flexibility. You're just matching the exact brain to the exact task.
Now, you might be wondering, how do developers actually build on top of these foundation models? Well, Anthropic basically gives you 2 primary paths here. On the one hand, you've got the Messages API. This gives you direct hands-on model access. It's for when you want fine-grained control to build your own custom loops. But on the other hand, Claude-managed agents are a totally different beast. These are pre-built, configurable harnesses. So if you just want hands-off automation for long-running asynchronous work in the background, this is definitely your path. It really just comes down to choosing the exact level of control your specific architecture needs.
Moving right along to our second pillar, Claude Cowork, which is all about team scaling.
This is where things get really cool, because we're transitioning away from individual intelligence and stepping into a shared collaborative workspace. It totally breaks down traditional company silos. Just imagine this workflow for a second. Your team uses a feature called projects to organize all the context you need for a massive product launch. Within that space, artifacts let you create, manage, and actually collaborate on files right there alongside Claude. You can fire up research to agentically scour multiple sources for market insights, and then integrations make sure all of this brilliant work connects directly back to the tools you already use, like your GitHub or Google Docs.
But honestly, the absolute standout feature here has to be skills. Skills let you package up repeatable, custom workflows for your whole team to share and execute perfectly every time. Think about how much time a team wastes just trying to standardize their best practices, right? With skills, you can create a custom workflow, say exactly how your marketing team drafts a campaign brief, or exactly how HR reviews a new policy, and you just package it up. You're literally transforming Claude into a hyper-specialized coworker who knows exactly how your specific company operates.
All right, pillar number 3, Claude Code, which brings us into the world of agentic development.
This represents a completely different paradigm for how we interact with code. In this setup, Claude acts as an active agentic partner sitting directly within your terminal, your IDE, or your browser. It doesn't just spit out a little snippet of code for you to copy and paste. Not at all. First, it actively reads your entire code base so it has all the context. Second, it forms a full technical plan. Third, it executes that plan, literally writing code across multiple files simultaneously. And finally, it verifies its own work to make absolutely sure it actually functions.
So what does that workflow actually accomplish in your day-to-day? Well, it automates the drudgery. Let's be totally honest here. Developers want to build exciting new features, right? Nobody wants to spend their Tuesday afternoon fixing hundreds of lint errors across a massive project, untangling nasty merge conflicts, or writing routine release notes. Claude Code handles those exact tedious tasks for you. It can even create branches and open pull requests via Git on your behalf. The whole point is completely freeing up human developers for high-level architecture and actual innovation.
You might be asking,
How does Claude Code actually know your specific rules and preferences? It does it through a simple markdown file that you just drop into your project root. It's called clad.md. This file allows Claude Code to build a persistent auto memory. Think of it like a personalized employee handbook for your AI. It learns your environment, it strictly follows your preferred libraries, your unique architecture decisions, and your review checklists. It essentially gives your agentic developer a long-term memory of exactly how your team likes to work.
And finally, we reach our fourth and final pillar, MCP, the universal connection.
This right here is the connective tissue. It's the glue that links these powerful AI models, workspaces, and coding agents to the outside world. The Model Context Protocol, or MCP, is an open-source standard for connecting AI applications directly to your external data sources, tools, and workflows. For the longest time, the single biggest limitation of AI was that it was basically trapped in a box. Disconnected apps and siloed company data meant the AI couldn't actually do very much on your behalf. MCP is the definitive, industry-wide solution to that problem.
Honestly, the best way to think about MCP is like a USB-C port for AI applications. It's such a simple analogy, but it completely hits the nail on the head. Just like USB-C standardizes hardware connections, so you don't need a drawer full of 50 different cables, MCP provides a single, universal way to plug Claude into literally any external software system.
And when you plug that metaphorical USB-C port in, absolute magic happens. In the real world, this means you can have an agent seamlessly pinging your personal Google Calendar and Notion. It means Claude Code can look at a visual design in Figma and just generate an entire functional web app right from it. You can build complex enterprise chatbots that securely query disparate internal databases, all at the same time, or even have AI models fire 3D designs straight over into Blender. MCP elevates Claude from just a smart chatbot into a fully integrated action engine.
What makes this so incredibly powerful, though, is the broad ecosystem support. Because MCP is an open-source standard, it's not just an Anthropic thing. You build an integration once, and boom, it is supported by Claude, ChatGPT, development tools like VS Code, Cursor, the whole shebang. It truly is a rising tide that lifts all boats across the entire tech industry. So we've zoomed all the way from the foundational brains of Claude AI, through the collaborative scaling of Claude Cowork, into the automated brilliance of Claude Code, and finally landed on the universal connectivity of MCP, which leaves me with one final question for you. Now that AI has a universal USB-C port, what external system are you going to connect to your workflow first? The building blocks of productivity are all sitting right there, completely changing what's possible. Now it's up to you to start building. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.